Hi, welcome to Made to Heal with Angela Brown. So, I want to talk about tender mercies. God gives us tender mercies all the time, and I believe that it's because He wants to let us know that He is aware of exactly what it is we're going through. And just a little bit of a backstory. You know how you're parenting it's hard. It is not for the faint of heart. It really isn't. And sometimes your teens just are not the biggest fan of you. And I just was like, whatever, I don't know what to do at this point. And the little tender mercy that came, I, you know, I've got some teenagers and it's hard. And I'm not the greatest person, right? They want to turn to their buddies. They want to turn elsewhere for advice. They don't want to hear you. So I try not to give a whole lot of advice. So, because they're in the learning mode. And so I just, not that I was beating myself up, but Heavenly Father gives us tender mercies every once in a while. So last night, as I'm tucking my 9-year-old into bed, she just gave me a hug and she said, I love you so much. You're the best mom ever. And, you know, to her, that probably wasn't a big deal that she told me that, but that was like another tender mercy that God gave me to let me know it's okay. Just you're doing the best you can, and you know, just just keep enjoying, keep treading the teenage years. And so I'm grateful. I'm grateful I have a child that's not a teen right now. Teens are wonderful. I do struggle with the teenage years. I'm learning how to connect better with teens. And so just it's something that I've always known. I'm really good when it comes to babies and toddlers and small children. And it's like when they get into the teen years and they're trying to figure things out and themselves, and it's a rough patch. And some parents are awesome with the teenagers and they know exactly how to handle it. And I'm still learning. And so I know I'm not the biggest, my kids aren't the biggest fan of me, and that's okay. Or I'm trying to learn and grow as well with them. So, but that tender mercy of my daughter telling me that she was just grateful to have me as a mom and couldn't get enough hugs and loves in last night. So that was a beautiful, tender mercy. What other tender mercies do we get? Tender mercies are all around us, and it's especially in nature. I'm going to talk about when COVID hit and the world just kind of shut down and slowed way, way, way down. And that was, I think, as hard as it was for most everybody, I think that was the most beautiful thing that could have happened to this planet, because it slowed us down and we had to rethink and redo things and get creative with how to do things. And I found that as I was learning about mindfulness years before COVID hit, a few years, I had found out that, you know what, I wasn't implementing mindfulness like I could have. And so I just remember going on walks and noticing it was spring and the flowers coming out to bloom and just the smells. I would just stop. Now, before COVID hit, I just would walk, go on my walk, keep walking, and yeah, enjoy the beauty around me, but didn't really think anything of it. But during COVID, I slowed down, like the pace of life slowed down. So I slowed down and I soaked in as much as I could all around me. The sunsets. Um, I couldn't, every sunset was beautiful and unique. And just, those are tender mercies. Those are just those beautiful moments where you're like in awe of God's creations and just sitting and watching, whether it's animals, whether it's the clouds, whether it's the trees blowing in the breeze, or you're hearing water fall down a creek, whatever it is, you you get to experience God's tender mercies. They're what help us keep going. And so as you're thinking of God's tender mercies that He gives to us, what kind of tender mercies can we give to ourselves? What can we back off on? What are we doing that's so hard on ourselves? What are we saying? What are we thinking? And just know that we are children of God, And God is very much aware of us. And tender mercies not only come in nature and through other people, but they can also come through numbers. They can come through shapes. I just, I have, my shape is a heart. I have come across the heart so many times, and I have experiences of finding heart rocks. Maybe it's a heart cloud, but heart rocks is my thing. And I think maybe I'll share a video. They're kind of tender moments, but I will talk about coming across these heart rocks that are that came at just a perfect timing. And some heart rocks that I've gotten came to me mysteriously. I to this day can't explain how it came to me. It had just appeared on my dresser. I know it's a little weird, but I can't explain it other than another one of God's tender mercies. God is miraculous, He's mysterious, and we can't figure out His ways. And I don't think we're meant to in this life. But it's just incredible that God's tender mercies are constantly showing up for us. But the thing of it is we need to allow ourselves to slow down, to pay attention to these tender mercies, and be present, be in the moment, and choose to have gratitude, choose to be joyous in the moment. Sometimes it's harder, easier said than done, but when you have chaos or fighting going on around you, or whatever it is that makes you feel dis-ease, that you're not doing okay mentally, spiritually, emotionally, maybe sometimes physically, it's important that we take time around us to just be and just do one thing at a time. Our brains, I used to brag to people that I was able to do many things at once. Making dinner, making sure my kids' soccer clothes were getting washed for the game that day, doing hair, all at the same time, right? Doing hair and making sure kids were dressed and ready to leave the door in a little bit, and talking to whoever may have called at that time, whether it would be my husband or family member. And so I'd be having conversations and doing things. And I used to think, oh gosh, I'm doing so good. Until I later learned the importance of not multitasking. It's important that we don't multitask because our brains are designed to do one thing at a time. Just focus on one thing at a time. If you're making dinner, make dinner. Prioritize. Pull off on whatever you're doing. If there is something more precedent that's calling to your attention, then stop what you're doing and then go to that, and then finish that, and then go to the next important task. So I like to prioritize, and the things that are importance and significant in the put them in the significant order that you need to get them done by, and just one at a time, because if it just fries our brain. And in fact, scientists have studied that it lowers our IQ when we are multitasking and just stretching ourselves thin everywhere. And it just brings chaos to our minds. So just being present in the moment. And I believe that when we slow down and when we are present in the moment, we are able to better listen to God, for one, and that is a huge deal. If we'd slow down and hear God within, listen to God, and then we just get to enjoy life and have a stillness come across us. And when we slow down, we can see things more clearly, and we notice things that maybe we wouldn't have noticed before. Our perspective on situations can change. And truly, I lived my life for so long in anger and as in victim mode from all of my childhood traumas and different things. I lived in such victim mode for so long, I did not realize that truly slowing down and taking time to worship God, to reach out, to have a connection with him and be able to learn to love myself. And, when we learn to do all these things, it's easier to slow down and to get another perspective of who we really are. And when we slow down, we are able to figure out what it is we were sent here to do. We all have a particular mission and a purpose here to share with everybody that's around us. And so I truly believe that God lets us know what these tender mercies, he shows us through tender mercies what he thinks of us and what he thinks of everybody around us. So it's important to slow down and enjoy those tender mercies. So go ahead and write in the comments below a tender mercy that you have seen lately. Just kids are the best medicine for the soul. I don't think there's a better sound you can hear on the planet than a baby or a small child laughing and having joy. And we are meant to have joy and find this joy, and we can find it by tapping into our inner child and just recognizing the tender mercies, the wonder. Put the wonder back in life. Put the joy and the awe that we can see all around us back in life, and you will be amazed at how you look at things differently. So go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. God bless, and share it with other people as well. We'll talk to you later. Bye.